So today I'm talking about how to plan your very first photo shoot, and by that documenting your project for the very first time. Oh, hi everyone. So for starters, photo shoot is an exhausting job. It is time taking, it needs a lot of patience. There are a lot of logistics involved on the photographer's part, the stylist part, if you hire a stylist too. So the first thing that you need to understand is that why are you getting the shoot done? I'm sure you're watching this video because you are doing this for the very first time, or at least planning to get your project documented for the very first time. You have a lot of questions in mind. So the purpose of getting your project properly shot by an expert photographer with all the props and things in place is to get visibility to your firm, visibility to your brand, to your project. That's one of the primary agendas that you must be having in your mind. So while you are thinking about getting the shoot done, you need to plan your shoot in a specific way. What are you going to use those photos for, and where are you going to use them? And not just the photos, the videos too. The videos too. So for example, you will be using the photos on your website. Even if you don't have a website right now, you will have one few years down the road. You will post the photos on your social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You might want to think about using them when you create a company profile, which is basically in PDF format. So you can make that literally the next day you receive the photographs from the photographer. So what do you want to use the videos for? You want the landscape format videos for YouTube, you want the portrait format videos for Reels. You need to plan these things and share this with your photographer, because this will be a part of the brief that you give them so that they have clear goals in mind when they're documenting your space. So right now you might be thinking, why should I pay extra to get the videos done? And I don't know how to make Reels, which is okay, but putting your portfolio in the form of Reels is literally going to skyrocket your Instagram presence. It's the only free tool to drive traffic to your page, drive people to your page and have them see your work, how amazing you're doing, build trust, build authenticity, and approach you for their space. I can't stress on this enough. Same as for YouTube videos. It's okay if you don't want to put your projects on YouTube right now. Completely fine. But you need to understand that YouTube belongs to Google, which means that it's a search engine, which means every time someone searches for an architect or interior designer on Google, your YouTube video can pop up too. That's right. You can ask your photographer to give you just the raw videos, or you can ask them to edit the video and give you a properly compiled one with music and stuff. You can also make a voiceover video where you explain the concept of the project in an audio format, and then it is put in that video. So if you're camera shy, this is an amazing option for you to make a YouTube video, because people like to see the details and it helps in building trust. 100%. So when you're thinking of approaching a photographer, you need to tell them a lot of things to bring clarity. The square footage, what kind of space it is, how much BHK it is, when are you planning to do the shoot, do you need a stylist or not, do you have a preferred budget in mind, a drive link of all the photographs of the project that you have clicked yourself, a PDF layout of the project, and what exactly do you need, photos, videos, raw, edited. So some photographers also ask, how many photos do you need? I really did not understand this question. How the hell am I supposed to know how many photos do I need? That too when I'm doing this for the very first time. So when I got the photo shoot done for the first time last week, which was at my house, thank God, I was so anxious. I cannot begin to explain the depth of anxiety that I had. I wanted every corner to look perfect. Everything should be perfect. I am not a clean freak as a person, but last 2 days I was going crazy over the little marks on the floor, the dust spots, the watermarks in the middle of the night too. It was too much. So how I planned the shoot was, I divided the whole content into 3 categories, which the photographer will also tell you, so you don't need to worry about this. The overall space, the design details, and the styled shots. So these are the basic 3 categories that the photographer will also tell you. The overall space would be the broad angle shot of, let's say, the bedroom. I clearly defined what I wanted in the shot. I wanted the whole vibe to come out. I wanted a landscape shot to show how the two spaces are knit together. This would go on my website. I was clear about that. I wanted portrait style shots or Pinterest worthy shots where, as people say, Pinterest worthy shots where the design details of a particular space were coming out. And then I planned out some shots for the styling I did just for the filler content, because sometimes you don't have anything to post on your Instagram, so you can use smaller prop images as filler posts for how you styled a coffee table, how you styled a dining table or a nightstand or your reading corner. You can also use photographs where clear shadows is coming in, or a nice design detail with a beautiful handle or a knob, stuff like that. So I planned these things point by point for literally every corner of the space to make out maximum content out of the shoot. And if you're still with me, I spilled out a really good secret. Okay. Other few things I did out of anxiety was I styled the bed, the workstation, the living area one day in advance and took shots myself to see what works better, which plants work better, which cushions work better. Should I place a candle or flowers, books or magazines? Books or magazines was a very tough decision to make. I did not hire a stylist honestly because it was going out of my budget. I'm not very good at styling. I learned a few things online and took help from my mom, who is much better at styling than I am, and then I just went ahead with it. But definitely hire a stylist. They add a lot of quality to the shoot. Work gets easier for you and they know exactly what should be where. You don't have to worry about it. So honestly, I had a small budget to get the shoot done. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on extra props and fancy vase with flowers and all of that stuff. We designed a space with the idea of keeping it minimal, clean, vivid and easy to maintain. So it was too much work for my lazy ass. Plus I wanted to show the final output. I wanted that to show the final output of my house. It's a 2 BHK, 1100 square feet. I had a budget of 20K in my mind, and thankfully it got documented within that budget. There are a lot of interior and architectural photographers out there. I got in touch with a lot of them honestly, but when it came to choosing one, I was confused. But I was particular about one thing, that was if they had documented my design style kind of a project before. I was honestly looking for that to be able to understand their work as a newbie in this. A lot of young photographers are doing really amazing work, really. Alright, so I'm wrapping up this video with a, where's my glass of water, because I have been talking so much for the past few minutes and I have a meeting starting in 10 minutes. So let me know what you think in the comments below and save this video for you.